Recently, Coco Gauff revealed that Chinese fans treat her better, more than any other place on earth, showering her with personalized gifts that show they actually conduct research. Her passions. While her first season was reported by American media, China was doubting every aspect of her, outlined the red carpet and made her experience. Thank you. The distinction is certainly crazy, and those who despise them are. I'm probably angry right now. Let's make a comment before we start. Why is traveling to another country is essential for Coco Gauff to receive the respect and the appreciation she merits? Let's talk about what Coco Gauff actually stated when the specifics reveal something truly awful about how she was treated in different parts of the globe throughout the China. During an interview, Coco was asked what's left of the greatest impression during her performance in Beijing. Her response is unrelated to with the amenities, the profits, or the level of rivalry. As said by her, it was the admirers. Specifically, she claimed that every time she travels to China, she leaves with more gifts than the year prior. She had before said, and this is important, I get more than in any prior competition offers, only similar to what I do in Beijing. Not at Grand Slams, not in the United States. At prestigious European tournaments, she is most comfortable in China. Acknowledged and recognized as both an individual and a sportsman. This is the section, but it strikes an A quite differently. According to Coco, Chinese. In fact, enthusiasts look into what I find appealing, placing their presence. Don't feel cliched. They are intimate. Think about the consequences of that for a second. Chinese fans are focusing on her interests and activities. Her character is more than just tennis. They're thinking about and trying to show appreciation in ways that are especially significant to her. Meanwhile, in America, large portions that media outlets and fans invested significant a time in her early career when she questioned whether she was deserving of her position, regardless, her accomplishments were legitimate, of whether she was overstating things. There is no more striking contrast or more awkward for people who want to act out treats from American sports culture. Athletes who are equitable. This is not intended for the initially. International backers have demonstrated that American athletes are more loved greater than the United States of America. In actuality, it's a somewhat consistent pattern, especially for particularly African American athletes. For female athletes of African descent, they are successful. Accomplishment. They break down walls. They provide attention to their sport. Furthermore, instead of being commonplace celebration, they run into doubt, criticism, and ongoing skepticism about their validity. After that, when they travel overseas, they are regarded as the champions, which should make the people of America take some reflection on the factors that maintain occurring. A heads up about spoilers. Such reflection doesn't happen too often, since acknowledging the problem would require admitting the existence of a problem. Coco's comment about how there is a slight sense of presence in China. Individual experiences suggest something. I doubt that was the intention, but it's worth looking into. When supporters take the time to find your priorities and hobbies, what makes you joyful, and then present displays that show that understanding. It creates a genuine connection. It states, I see you as a whole person, not just an athlete vying for my entertainment, which is important in techniques that are more valuable than money of any type of gift. Furthermore, Coco's perception of reality, strongest link in rather than in. In all honesty, her own nation, China, is. It's rather depressing to think about. Now let's discuss the situation in Chinese. In America, fans were studying what Coco finds enjoyable in order to give her with a thoughtful presence. Tennis-related media in the US was writing ideas about whether or not she was ready for the stress of being extremely respected. The sections with commentary were, many individuals have doubts about her mental toughness after any loss. Social media transformed every game into a determine if she was deserving of being spoken in the same breath as tennis. Fantastic. She was either 19 or 20 years old. Attaining the highest number of players is never successful throughout their entire careers. Furthermore, the response from a massive several facets of tennis culture in the US featured skepticism and censure rather than celebration. The care Coco receives, but it goes beyond presence. In China, they act as a solid symbol of appreciation. It must act respectfully. Chinese lovers aren't constantly questioning whether she's earned her accomplishment. They are not comparing her to with other players in a number of ways meant to downplay her accomplishments. They're not giving care every game as a test to prove she is a member of the highest degree. They are merely acknowledging her genius and proving that gratitude is a thoughtful person. Techniques. Athletes deserve that. Additionally, it's absurd that she has to receive it on the other side of the world continuously.
The fans, I think every year I come here, I always leave with more gifts.
Oh, it's for me?
Yes.
Oh, so nice. Thank you.
In no other tournament I get as many gifts as I do here in Beijing. So I think the fans always leave the best impression for me, and they really study like what the things I like. So I think that's why it feels a bit personal.
Now, some people will inevitably respond, reacting to this by saying, well, Chinese fans are just amazing, enthusiastic about Asian tennis. Fans are well known for showcasing presents to well-known individuals. Of course, here, cultural backdrop is crucial. However, let's not pretend that's the whole story. Specifically, Coco claimed to receive greater presence, more in Beijing than anywhere else. One more. Rivalry. She gives performances all around Europe, in Australia and other Asian nations. Beijing is distinct. Chinese backers stand out, and the reason behind their uniqueness results from the distinct personal character of their appreciation, which Coco expressly mentioned. This isn't just enthusiasm for culture. This is genuine, a thoughtful recognition of her identity as a person. The irony of the situation. is particularly severe given how American sports enthusiasts are often. The media talks about promoting the relationship between athletes and American pride to international competition. Where was everything? Great pride and encouragement when Coco was coming across persistent skepticism, severe criticism in the beginning of her career life. Where was the heartfelt appreciation for her accomplishments? Where were the people looking at her hobbies and expressing appreciation on a personal level? They were too busy to. I wonder if she had enough fortitude in her mind, whether her rating was overstated, whether she could pressure Chinese admirers were apparently those who were truly supporting a sportsman from the United